Well, I knew I was going to be traveling for work, and that's really exciting. It gives me opportunities to herp in new locations. And unfortunately, by the time Japan and Korea trips came together, it was already in their winter, so I wasn't really able to find anything there. The good news is I'll probably be able to go back. This trip, on the other hand, is something I had been waiting for with bated breath for quite a while. And this is flying out to Singapore. Again, while I'm there, I'm going to have to work, but at night and whenever possible, I'm going to be getting out and doing some herping. Now, I totally straight up forgot to film an intro, and generally speaking, didn't know enough about the species that I was recording, so I'm probably going to have to make up the difference with some some voiceovers. Hopefully you find that tolerable, but if not, you can just mute it and look at the pictures because they're still pretty. Anyway, here we go. About to land in Singapore, and I hit the ground running. So go to the hotel, and as soon as I get there, I can't check in, so I go find habitat. So from day one, let's go. Look at those fingers. This caterpillar is clearly a snake mimic. It reminds me of the swallowtail caterpillars from the United States. You got those two big eyes to fool predators and make it look like a snake, and it looks like an Asian vine snake. Pretty good, pretty good. Got a sun skink here on that grate. Now there's two species of monitors here. Asiatic water monitor and the clouded monitor. And my initial impression is this is going to be an Asiatic water monitor. See if I can get a little closer. Oh, that's so cool. That is so cool. Oh yeah. Look at those toes. Ooh. What an incredibly awesome lizard. So body length and head to vent's probably 3.5 foot. And its tail is probably another 3.5 foot. Notice on the monitor here, there's a huge tick. It's very swollen. And this is a jungle fowl. They're like the predecessors to our domestic chicken. I believe this little guy to be a plantain squirrel. So this is my first clouded monitor, and you can tell the clouded monitors from the Southeast Asian water monitors, such as the one we saw earlier, by the position of its nostrils. If the nostrils are on the tip of the snout, it's going to be the water monitor. If they're about halfway between the eyes and the tip of the snout, then it'll be one of these clouded monitors. These guys are pretty cool. They're much smaller, as you can see, compared to the water monitor. They're diurnal and really good climbers, climb trees. I took a lot of video of this guy foraging and just, digging through the leaf litter. So yes, I am still sitting here filming the same clouded monitor. I needed a break. The heat and humidity even getting to me after spending so long in cold climates traveling. Korea and Japan right before Singapore. I'm not used to this heat and humidity, so sit down, take a break, watch a lizard. So this really cool pit viper here is called a mangrove pit viper, also known as a shore pit viper. And you know, they kind of at first glance look pretty plain, kind of like an aged water moccasin if I had to compare it to something. But when you look a little bit closer, they have a subdued pattern that's really interesting. But what makes them even more notable to me is this rusty red to blood red eye. And of the two I saw, they were two different shades of red. The second one definitely stood out more than this one. So these are really cool snakes. They're ambush predators, as you can tell. It lays on a branch, so presumably it's going to be looking for frogs and lizards. They inhabit mangrove forest and coastal forest around Singapore and also other parts of Southeast Asia. So these snakes appear to be locally common in the correct habitat, and the place I am here is well known for having them. And the second place I found one was also well known for having them. Generally, I think these are pretty awesome little snakes, and they're not big by any means. Similar to a full-grown eyelash viper, from Central America. They are sexually dimorphic, and the females are a little bit larger in size. Their venom is hemotoxic, and I'm not quite sure of severity. With any viper bite, severity can be very subjective, but hemotoxic venom, and there is anti-venom available for them. Like I said, there's something about the arboreal vipers that I just can't get enough of. I really like these. So they'll hold their position for quite a long period of time, possibly days, because they're ambush predators, right? It's the conservation of movement. They don't need to move, they won't move. So they'll just sit here with stored energy ready to strike, which gives them a reputation of being kind of feisty. I didn't really experience that, but didn't get too close either. Just a monitor doing monitor things. Love how they move. Looks like another mud skipper right here. Yep. What a strange creature. Just want to record some of these sounds. Whoa. Tree crab. I don't know if it's actually a tree crab, but I mean it's a crab in a tree. So this is some kind of water snake. Perhaps a dog-faced. See if I can get the light situated just right. So this aquatic snake is common name dog-faced water snake, and it has some other common names too. I put them on screen a minute ago so you could see that. These are pretty interesting snakes. As you can tell, they're definitely aquatic. As such, they feed primarily on fish, but are known to also consume eels, which is perfect because they live, excuse me, in the mangrove mud flats. I'm sorry, mangroves and mud flats. So they have a pretty specialized ecosystem there that they're hunting, which they share with some other varieties of water snakes in Singapore. So these are considered mildly venomous. They are rear-fanged. I don't know much about their venom or severity. Appears to be the same pattern as before. So I'm going with 2 more dog-faced water snakes. Here's the other one. I think. I'm gonna have to correct this if I'm wrong. I'll look them up when I get back. Pretty cool though. Oh, I'm at the same spot with those 2 snakes, and I just realized I got a tiny little third right here. Put my glasses on so I can see the screen again. Oh man, there ain't no focusing on this little guy from this distance. I'm up on a boardwalk above these guys. So there's that tiny guy. There's a bigger one. And the other big one, I'm not sure where it got off to. Notice the eye shine on this. Or maybe that's just snout shine, I don't know. But definitely eye shine up on here. Some good eye shine off these little snakes. Alright. I forgot to get my glasses out of the backpack. Alright, so right off the bat, I cannot tell what this is. It's very pretty. I should have brought the herping books that I could look it up in quick. Okay, I'm switching over to the voiceover here. Had some problems with helicopters, Apache and Chinooks, kind of circling and hovering directly above me while filming this, which was not comfortable, but kind of cool. So this actually turned out to be a white-bellied rat snake, and as you heard, I had no clue what it was at the time when I found it. This is a juvenile white-bellied rat snake. They are a diurnal snake. They sleep on tree branches and leaves during the nighttime. And obviously, while I found it, I was disturbing its rest. What an incredible patterning and color combination. And the way this changes pattern from front to back and coloration is just very, very neat. I was struggling with my cameras a little bit here, probably this whole trip, so I apologize in and out of focus and shakiness and stuff, but I hope it doesn't distract from just how pretty this snake is. Incredible looking species, and again, this is a juvenile one. I did find an adult one with the help of some other people later in the trip. We'll see that in part 2 of this video. But unfortunately it was high up in the tree and all I got was its plain underbelly. So I'm going to switch back to the audio here. I think the helicopter's left, so I'll let you hear how I'm describing it so I can look up later when I get back to the book at the hotel room. So making a description like this kind of helps when you need to look something up later. You can kind of cross-reference it. So we have round pupil with a dark bar through it that almost gives it the impression of being horizontal. Looks like some interesting banding. Looks smooth scaled. Its head is distinct from its neck. Appears to be a cream colored belly. Well, it's trying to hunt. I'm blinding it, so I think that I probably have enough video of it to identify it later. But I do think that it quite possibly could be a bronzeback of some species, some type. I don't expect it to be, well, I don't know. We'll just wait and see. Get back to the hotel room where the book is. Alright, little buddy. Wow. So I think they're called Kaluga. It's like a massive flying squirrel bat creature. And I don't think I got it on the camera, but that was incredible. The thing was 2 foot tall, maybe 2.5, and with its wings and webbing spread, it was probably 3 foot wide. He went up this tree. There, that was a bat. Oh man, that was just amazing. So cool. I wish I could see him again to get him. Oh, here we go. Here he is. Oh no, he went to the back side of the tree. I'm just gonna have to trust that I'm zoomed in on him somewhere. If I come over here, there he is. Oh, he keeps moving from my light. Oh, that is just incredibly amazing. There. Please tell me I'm getting that. What a neat creature. And I think they're called Kaluga. Or Kalugo. There he goes, there he goes, there he goes. Oh, you should see them fly. I wish I got it on video when they fly. That's just amazing. Unreal. Maybe I can spot another. So I thought this was going to be some kind of totally awesome snake. And I'm pretty sure it's just some kind of swampy eel. I have no idea the species or anything. But it does not actually appear in retrospect to be a snake. Still kind of a cool experience to encounter. So this appears to be a common Asian toad. Has a whole slew of common names which may actually be a complex of toads, but if there was any question of are toads basically the same on every continent, here's your answer. So I really didn't get a lot of time to film this one, but this is a Pattyfield frog, and in parts of Southeast Asia they are eaten a lot by humans. Oops. So I saw a lot of these creatures, which are lesser mouse deer. They're very interesting creatures. They're not actually deer. They're about the size of a rabbit in the United States, like a cottontail. Very interesting creatures, but they are the smallest hoofed mammal in the world. And I hope to have better pictures on some of my other cameras, but we'll see. I'll add some cell phone video that's blurry at the end of this as a bonus. Okay, to keep this video time reasonable, I'm going to have to break it up into another part. So make sure you keep an eye out for part 2. I'll link it here. Part 2, I find a lot of really cool creatures and meet some really cool people. And you definitely won't be disappointed. Unless the only thing you want to see is a king cobra, because I totally did not see a king cobra or a blue coral snake. But I did see a lot of other really cool stuff anyway. So make sure you like and subscribe, and head on over to part 2, which I hope to be uploading at the same time, although I am about to leave on a business trip, so that's going to slow me down. Alright, thank you. Okay, it is actually going to take me another week or so to upload the second part. So I'll upload this one tonight, and make sure you check back. So please do subscribe. That way you get that notification when I upload it. The hand on the clock is a Chris. And finally, don't worry, the video and audio and overall quality of the clips for part 2 are much better.